Yeah, we can't play either. Who was leader? Passing it back. Be some magic with that leadership there, Rocker.
Right, here's sound marker. Shooting creates a sound marker on the mini-map. Sound markers show the approximate location where an enemy slot has originated from. Suppressors reduce damage. Hide sound markers for SMGs and handguns.
For SMGs and handguns only, huh?
Yep. Now, the way this game is glitched, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't hold true.
I guess that's why everybody's running bullpups and MP5s and shit, right?
Yeah. And then ideally running Panther because you don't lose your any damage for suppressor. And chances are they know where you are anyway.
I don't want to back out because I don't want to get the penalty that it's saying it's going to give us. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I have on my helmet is explosive damage and injury resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to find some better PvP.
I usually keep anything 250 gold. Oh, I'm leader? I'm sorry, I didn't know. Passing it to the rock.
Hey,
What's up?
why haven't you guys started?
We
Still
tried
got the
starting
penalty,
it. It won't let us.
Okay,
I
yeah,
can't. It says I'm lead. It's still. I can't pass it now.
Does he still have the penalty?
well, apparently I have the leadership.
There you
It
go.
says you have it.
I'll give it back to Purple and you give it back to me.
Okay.
Okay, now no one has it.
I'm showing I have it. I'm sending it back to you.
It says purple has it. I'm not sure.
Why
And I
doesn't
just
it
sent
let
it to
me
you.
create it?
Do you still have the
Says
penalty?
yeah, that must be that. They really put you in a timeout. Let's see if it lets me in now. It says you are not the squad leader, but it's showing me marked as the squad leader.
Okay, I'll back out, create a lobby, and I'll invite you. Okay?
Alright.
Why can't I back out? No,
Yeah,
I
you
mean
should be
back
able to
out
back
of the
out,
party.
though. It's not letting me pick leave either.
Rocker's gone. Hopefully they give us something to do with all these skill points.
There's a new class coming.
I have 122 Engineer. Right now.
I have 98. Holy shit.
And the engineer is supposed to specialize in heavy weapons.
Oh, that's cool.
Finally.
Oh, damn time. I was saying, man, nobody, like, you know, I mean, other than Assault was the only one that got, no, he didn't even get bonus for freaking, like, LMGs, did he?
No. The medic was supposed to get, like, bonuses for SMGs, too, but they took that away.
Yeah, he's assault rifle.
The engineer
the medic has nothing.
Engineer's the first class arriving in Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint post-launch. The engineer will be free for all users, but Year 1 pass owners will get an instant unlock of class, no skill points needed, as well as a 1-week early access.
But when is it coming out?
I'm not seeing any. Okay, let me see.
Well, there's supposed to be something at the end of this month.
This is saying February 2020 to May 2020.
So any time between February and May?
Yeah, they don't like to commit. It also says this is episode 2 that they'll be rolling out in that time. Episode 2 will continue to add Ghost War maps. Time events where you can try out a new Ghost War mode or format.
Apparently it did put me in a timeout.
A new event will bring new
I didn't back out. So do you guys want to play one without me? Yeah, it says 9 minutes.
Yeah, you're golden, my guy.
Yeah.
When you get older, man, in life, you ain't got nothing but time. Let's look at these other players, see if any of them are freaking cheating here.
Yep, that's something fun to do.
Yeah, dude, everybody's running freaking range and accuracy or mobility and accuracy on their weapons, so I think you're onto something there, man, with that accuracy shit.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, I be getting hit markers, but maybe the hit markers are just not it's registering, but it's not hitting, you know? It's just like a close shot, maybe.
If you like to run and shoot a lot, then mobility is definitely the way to go if that's your style.
I always move, like, I don't know how to do the chicken dance shit, but...
Oh, hell no.
I mean, when I get into a fight, I'm mainly crouched most of the time. Unless I'm chasing somebody.
Well, then if you're going to crouch to fire, then definitely like accuracy or handling.
Yeah,
like this guy here, this mercenary chop, he's running 30 accuracy and 30 range on his MP7, and then on his bullpup he's running 30 handling, 30 accuracy.
Yeah, and that rate of fire too. Good rate of fire. 950 on that MP7.
However, I think the MP5 is better because it's got 800 rate of fire, but it has 43 damage. I want to sit down and do the math on this stuff someday, like break it down.
What
rate
thing?
Of fire versus damage. Like taking and dividing the damage with the rate of fire and then evening it out and see which gun actually gives you the quicker damage.
I mean, me and Rocker found out that freaking extended mags on your weapons keep them stable.
Yeah, and the flash hider is the best out of all the muzzles.
You could literally, with a 50 round mag, you could dump 50 bullets in the same spray as when you dump 20 bullets in a small mag. in the same vicinity. We shot at a wall, and the 20 round would go all the way to the fucking roof, and the 50 round would barely go up halfway.
I'm just curious, like, what would even be the purpose of a small mag? Like, why would you use that?
Fast reload speed.
Fast reload.
Okay.
Yeah, you get a penalty for the 50 round mag, but it increases your freaking.
Yeah, the reload speed is fucking long.
Like crazy. That's why when I'm using a 50 round mag and I dump it at them, I'm like, dude, how did you take that many hits, man? Like,
yeah.
I didn't even miss. Like, I could hear him hitting them, you know, just tap, 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 tap.
You should be able to easily get 2 guys with a 50 round mag and then maybe a third.
Yeah, that's what I got on that one round, man. I got 2 guys right there and then reloaded and the third guy got me. That's the bad is, you know, if you don't manage your weapon, you gotta reload that fucker, you're gonna lose in that fight.
I honestly don't find the reason to use an extended mag on snipers.
It's more shots.
Yeah, it also has more recoil and longer reload speed.
It has higher recoil? I never even noticed.
Yep. And I don't use the bipod because it gives you worse recoil, worse sway, and worse time to aim. Nope.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, not really. You can't deploy it in this game, I've heard.
Yeah, you can't even put it on the L115.
Wait a minute. The bipod only gives you 1 negative time to aim.
Yeah, but when it says higher recoil, that's worse recoil.
No. Minus 10% horizontal recoil. You're reading it wrong. An up arrow is a benefit. A down arrow is a takeaway. You're reading that wrong, bud. So if you look at the bipod, it's giving you 10% less horizontal recoil, plus 15% range, minus 15% spray, and then it's going to take away 15% aim time. So you're reading that wrong.
Still, man, it's still shitty that you have less time to aim. That will get you killed. And the other thing is that, I don't know if you know this, but some attachments have the stats wrong. For example, the magazines, the arrows don't mean shit. So I wouldn't trust those things. Trust me, I wouldn't trust those.
If you look when you're actually in a PvP match, they don't list any stats on any of the attachments.
I know.
So honestly, I don't think they're really having any kind of effect in there.
They do. Trust me, they do.
I mean,
I went with Dizzy into a fucking building and started shooting the wall, just changing attachments, and we found out that the stats on them didn't mean shit. You actually have to try them all for yourself.
Were you in PvP though?
No, but the stats the stats for control are the same. The only stats that change are the damage and like the damage intake.
That's not what I read on the Ubisoft site.
I mean, but still, it's a simplification. If you have a damage resistance, you're still gonna have the same amount of damage resistance, just to a more balanced out way.
No, I'm not talking about gear. I'm talking about weapons. It says all passive perks carry into Ghost War. So anything on your armor, anything on your guns, like your 20% mobility or yada yada. But the attachments are also PvP balanced.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
The
so
attachments.
You'll never know for sure unless you use it in PvP what it's really doing to your gun.
I mean, you can actually know because like I said, I used to main other attachments before when I started PvP, and when I changed over because I realized that the flash hider and the extended mag, all that shit, the difference was the same as the PvE. I mean.
All right, and are you using that on the exact same gun? Because then your passive.
Yep. I'm using the exact same gun, dude. I'm using the exact same gun. I used to roll with the smaller magazines. I didn't use the flash hider. I used the compensator if it was an assault rifle. I used I think it was the angled grip, and nope, dude. When I switched over to the stuff I used in PvE, it was the same shit. The other one was better, and there was no difference from the PvE.
See,
Like
now I
control-wise?
have a Scorpion Scout. I'm going to run a bipod because I don't have any other under rail attachment. And
Dude,
I
there
also
are no under rails for most of the snipers slash DMRs. The bipod
Right.
is the one thing you can put
Right.
on them.
but I have 30% mobility in addition to kind of compensate with time to aim.
I mean, but when you play with a DMR and a sniper, you're mostly putting out one shot, because if you start camping with your scope, you're gonna die. So it doesn't matter how much you can move or how much recoil you have, because you know what? That you still have to pull back your bolt, and you still have to aim again, because you're not gonna stay there so you can get shot. So therefore,
Right.
recoil doesn't give a shit. It doesn't matter. What matters is the time
Honestly,
to aim.
The only time I use it is mainly surveillance system. Or I'm never setting up to snipe.
Well, that's the
More of
thing.
an
The recoil and the movement doesn't matter, because normally in PvP you're not gonna stay aiming down your scope. It'll get you killed. And the snipers and most of the DMRs have slow fire rate, so the recoil doesn't do shit. I mean, yeah, for some DMRs, but let's face it, we're not gonna be like popping DMRs unless it's your main and you don't have a sniper scope. Well, yeah, put on something for the recoil. But if you play with DMRs and snipers like me in PvP, that you put a sniper scope on them and just do single shot, you don't need mobility or recoil. Because most of the time when you do that, you're not gonna be dealing with like moving around or just popping out and trying to keep control. What you need is time to aim, and that attachment is taking it down. And I think I'm ready.
What I do is I line them up in the middle of my reticle like a headshot.
Yeah.
While I'm behind cover, and then I aim in and poke out and just fire.
I mean, still, even if you do that,
Yeah.
the time to aim, if you have a bipod, it's less. And if they're already aiming at you, which is the case in a lot of things, I'm not getting the thing.
I'm not getting it.
When I do it, I aim behind cover, like I aim at the wall.
Absolutely.
And then poke out. As soon as I poke out, my crosshair's on their head, and I just pull the trigger.
Hey guys, I think we have to disband the squad because it says I'm leader, but I can't start it. So let's disband, and I'll invite you guys.
Is it gonna give us penalties?
No, we're not in any kind of match.
Log out to the title screen now.
Are we going back to the game chat? No, we're on the
party
phone.
chat.
I mean, we're in game chat or party chat, but when we get back in, we can go back to game
Let's switch over once we're all squatted up.
Yeah.
chat.
This is Peter Parker makes compared to comic book references made by Marvel Studios. There was
Fuck.
definitely no shortage of
I didn't mean to do that.
The only time that aim in on the wall and peek out and pop them in the head don't work is if the other person, doesn't do the same,
I'm gonna tell you something. I've killed many people that have been aiming at me already, and it's mostly because I do what you do, that it's placing their head on the center of my screen, and because I have the faster time to aim. And I'm good with aiming.
Another thing too is I don't go all the way to the wall, to where like you hold the trigger and you pop over the wall and then fire.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I back off of the wall, so I just crack the corner of the cover up behind it and just pop them in the head and go back behind cover.
Yep. But I like to use the crosshairs on my actual SMG to line up a shot. And then come up with the scope.
That's good, yeah. I can see
Switch
that
to the
working.
scope part.
Hey, I invited all of you.
Once you're lined up, you already know.
Yep.
You only have to if you take one footstep and then you take one footstep back, you switch your crosshairs, and then you take that footstep back and aim in, you're going to hit them right in the face, or wherever you planted your crosshairs.
Right. And then also when I scope, instead of moving my scope left to right, I usually move my body left to right.
That's how I aim.
Yeah, I do that
way
sometimes.
Maybe
I actually
don't miss
move
a shot
both.
just because of that.
Oh, and the other thing is that sometimes when you aim at someone, your sniper glitches out and aims up top instead of in front of you.
Yeah, that's what happens if you get too close to cover. You'll pick your crosshairs up in the air.
I already sent it to you. You didn't get it?
I was loading it. Even if you send it to me in the middle of a load screen, I can't accept it.
Okay, well I'm
Yeah,
changing over to game chat now. Hey, do you guys want to do that shit real quick where we test out if you can actually hear a suppressed sniper or assault rifle?
I'm cool with that.
Because I'm curious about that. Really curious.
I think it still dampens the sound. No doubt about it. But it's still, I think it's going to have your shot still show on the mini-map.
It doesn't let me enter the fucking custom. Let me see if it lets me start matchmaking. Did the vote start?
I did not get a vote yet.
It's not letting me.
I'm in game chat now.
I think I might have to close my app. This is bullshit, man.
Fuck, man. Pass it over to me. Let's see if it'll do it.
Wait, let Dizzy join in, and when he joins in...
Right. Right.
And to test that, we definitely have to be on opposite teams because I don't think you see your own gun markers. Obviously.
Yeah, I accepted to do Ghost War.
You did?
Is it match? Yeah, is it
I
matchmaking?
didn't get one.
I didn't get one.
I'm gonna make purple leader. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's actually the magic one.
Alright. Custom. We'll go test this sniper thing real quick, and it acted like it was gonna do it.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna try regular Ghost War. Load up.
It's not asking me to load up.
Not getting it.
Oh, alright, trying to send it to Ruben. This is just BS.
This stupid shit, man.
There you go, Ruben.
There you go. I sent it.
I didn't get it.
Nope.
I didn't get shit.
Fuck face,
I
man.
think we're gonna have to close our apps. Again.
I closed it. I just did it.
I know. Me too.
I'll do it again.
Well, let me try. Send it to me real quick.
I'll do it since you. Perfect. Get you this right now. I'll send it to you.
I'm squad leader.
I'm not getting anything.
Me neither.
Yep.
Motherfuck face, man.
Oh, hold on. It says entering a custom game will cancel any activity you're engaged in. Are you sure you want to continue?
Yeah.
That's what I did, and it didn't seem to pull me in.
I'm doing it.
Nah, we might have to just close our apps completely.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, man. Alright, let's do it again.
Then what? Hey, what did you do?
What's that?
You left the. What are we
Yeah,
supposed to do?
close that. Closing app.